Hello, how are you? I hope the graphics on this video are better than what I'm seeing. I'm sure they will be. My name's Larry Hussey. My brands are Drug Force and Xerox Animated Cooking Show. Both of those are available to be produced as cartoons, mainly for syndication worldwide. I've entered I've entered Drug Force cartoons in film festivals all over the world in order to make it so that it's familiar all over the world. And when someone is smart enough to produce it as a syndicated cartoon, they can syndicate it worldwide. And my vision is that they should never have to cancel it. And so I hope that that's happening. I hope that somebody is developing Drug Force now and that is just not choosing not to tell me yet. But obviously, if nobody's told me, then I have to assume it's not being done. If nobody tells me they're developing Drug Force, I have to assume it's not being done. Okay? So I need to make clear that if somebody decides to sue the Wineries and other Skutties gang on my behalf, I've heard that the limit in French court is 50 million euros, and so I want 50 million euros as the reward from French court for the Wineries and other Skutties gang intentionally ruining my life since I was a child, since about 1980. Okay, and so I want to be clear because I started to worry about does anyone sue on someone's behalf and then say, "Oh, we just want the victory, we don't want the money." You know, I was starting to worry about conspiracies like that. So maybe you should worry about that too, because it's okay now to sue someone on their behalf to sue someone on someone else's behalf, but you don't want to have it be like a conspiracy that they're actually on the same side and they want is a victory with no reward, and then they say, okay, now the case is done and you can't do it again. Okay, you can't do it again for double jeopardy or whatever. So I started worrying about that. So that's what I want to say is that 50 million, the maximum. I want a maximum reward from the court. So if the maximum is 100 million euros, then I want 100 million euros. Okay. The next thing is I have seen and heard a video that actually says that the Wineries and other Skutties gang is the gang behind the gang stalking and quote unquote roofying, anesthetizing. Evidently, GHB is the new roofies, and GHB is so powerful that it can be airborne. And if you've seen any commercials for the Squid Game or you've seen the actual show, what they would have in their fire extinguishers would probably be GHB. Okay. It's going to be airborne, and the victim does not even remember being anesthetized. Okay. My microphone is on, so hopefully you're hearing me. The next thing is I have two mediation requests into Seattle Police Department. If Seattle Times newspaper wants to add something to their lawsuit to the Seattle Records Department, I would love it if they would add on my behalf, continuing with the on my behalf theme. I would love it if they would add that you need to process the mediation request from Lawrence Hussey, because the rumors that I've heard, I haven't seen a video on this one, but I've heard rumors that the Seattle police do not want a mediator seeing the facts in this case because there are dispatchers who are corrupt. There are police who intentionally do not respond to calls. There are lots of 911 calls Evidently, after a certain point, people got frustrated and they called 911 every night when they saw this gang coming up to anesthetize me with GHB. I'm trying to stay within what I'm telling you this video. I have a lot of other videos that I hope you enjoy and watch, as well as Drug Force cartoons and Z-Rock animated cooking show cartoons. I'm not always serious. Z-Rock animated cooking show is very fun. So So I insist. As an American citizen, I demand, and a former resident of Seattle, I demand that Seattle police process my mediation request, because my request is that I deserve as much money as a mediator thinks that I fairly deserve for dispatchers saying that there's a no arrest order on anyone attacking me, which is ridiculous. That does not exist, does not even exist. There are police who inspired the documentary called Seattle Coupons. The title Seattle Coupons means all you need to do is give Seattle police a virtual coupon. There you go, and they will say, "Hey, criminals, you having a good day?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're having a good day, roofing this victim. Okay, bye." That's the inspiration for the title Seattle Coupons. I did not make that up. The Seattle Coupons is a documentary, and I demand, as an American citizen, I order Seattle police to release their hold on Seattle Coupons documentary. I order Seattle Police Department to process properly my mediation request for as much money as a mediator determines that I deserve. I order Seattle Police Department to do that. I order Seattle Police Department to release their censorship of the documentary called Seattle Coupons, because a mediator is going to see there were 911 calls every single night talking about how I was being attacked. There were dispatchers saying that there was something called a no arrest order, which does not exist, is what I've been told also. I have actually seen and heard a video with a criminal saying, well, the gang that's actually funding all this and planning all this is the Wineries and Other Skutties gang, which Dom Perignon is a member, okay? This does not say that Dom Perignon is off the hook. Dom Perignon is a member of the Wineries and Other Skutties gang, okay? Dom Perignon is not off the hook, okay? Other wineries are members of this Wineries and Other Skutties gang. And so if we have to sue each winery individually, we should sue each winery for 50 million euros each. That would be another idea if somebody wanted to sue them on my behalf. And so that is what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that I have a video, a police shot video, police camera video that all I did was redid it in HD, and I haven't even looked at it. I don't even want to see it because I lived it, and so I don't even want to look at it. But that's on my channel too. And so, if anyone wants to demand, if anyone such as the Seattle Times newspaper wants to demand in court that Seattle police need to process properly my mediation request to look at the events of 2018, especially January 2018, and see how much money I deserve based on a mediator's looking at the situation and a mediator looking at the whole year 2018 in terms of 911 calls about me, in terms of police objections and reports about me, and in terms of dispatchers saying there's no arrests of anyone attacking me. And objections is another point. Objections, a police officer can object to something he hears in the dispatch and then obey. but he's obeying under objection, and that's another thing we need to look at. Thank you. Your 10-minute break is over.